I've seen a lot of commercials in my lifetime. Some commercials are funny, others are questionable, others like whatever, some are really bad, and others are just like completely like, are you serious? Seriously? Like, really? There are two commercials where I feel like it's totally uncalled for. And the reason why I feel it's uncalled for is that they have the goal to be blaming people when reality is, let's get real here. You know, basically it's either not on the table because no one knows about it and they're not really aware of it, or because maybe at that moment in time it wasn't a big deal. You know, it wasn't as known as it is now. That happens. Like, for example, there was a commercial, I believe it was for Excedrin, which Excedrin is a migraine pain reliever. And I have migraines. It's really bad. So basically, in the commercial, it's about a young woman who tries to explain to her mother what a migraine feels like, or what she's going through, and she goes, well, my mother tried to understand, but she just can't, blah, blah, blah. And basically, she makes her mother go through a simulator to experience what she experiences when she has a migraine. And at the end of the experience, she goes, I'm so sorry. To me, I just feel like that was a bullshit, bogus move on her part. Like, seriously, you just made you wanted to make your mother feel pain. That's what you wanted. You didn't want your mother to understand, hey, mom, this is what I go through. Check this out. No, this is like, it's not like, hey, this is the difference between a headache, look at this and look at the migraine. I have migraines. Trust me. And everyone's different. Some people, their vision gets really bad when they have a migraine. Other people, it's like they have the auras. Like my dad, he'll get like the blinding migraines. And his is really bad to a point where if he does not get a lid on it, he has to, he will throw up blood. He will. Me, I have migraines. And the difference between a migraine and a headache is that a migraine is a massive, painful experience, which anything can trigger it. Like with me, if there's a certain, how can I say, like light can play a big factor, big trigger in when I have migraines. And when I have a migraine, or like I'm starting to get a migraine, I get the sensation of like ping pong right in my head, like to a point where I can feel it and kind of hear it, which is weird, but that's how I was found out I had migraines. That's how I was diagnosed when I said, hey, this is what I feel. And they're like, you have a migraine. Hey, does anyone in your family have migraines? Lo and behold, my dad and my brother get migraines. Me, if I feel that, that means, okay, I need to back up. I need to lay down or something. I need to go in a dark room, turn off all the lights, and I need to lay down until this is gone. Because if it doesn't, I will start to feel pain near my eye. And when I feel that, because, okay, I'm getting a migraine, I really need to take care of this. Otherwise, I am in trouble. Because when I get a migraine, it is so painful to a point where I am crying in pain. I am throwing up. I feel dizzy. I'm like, okay, I need to, not only that, I also have to be careful of temperature. Let's say I'm going to a cold room into a rather warm room, and these temperatures they play a factor too. So me, it's light and temperature. A headache is different. A headache is minor, yet it is a symptom within a migraine. The difference is a migraine will stay on one side. It will stay on a certain part of one side. While our headache can kind of spread a bit. Yeah, I've had painful headaches before, but it's not triggered by light. It's not triggered by this. I could have, sometimes it'll be really hot. Other times it'll be like, wow, I got a headache. Like I clock my head, or, oh, man, I'm really tired. And because I'm tired, I got a headache, or I'm dehydrated. That happens too. So to me, I feel like that whole like commercial was some bogus bullshit, because it's like, you just made your mom I mean, you didn't do it to make your mom understand, hey, this is what I go through. You know, this has been like, well, I feel this, so I'm going to make you feel it too because you didn't understand this is the pain. Bullshit. Everyone is different. You cannot expect one person who has a migraine and theirs is triggered, theirs is more visual, and then another person, like with me, mine is more like lightheadedness or like nausea. So everyone goes through migraines differently. So, you know, some people get nausea, feel dizzy, they need to lay down. Other people have light auras, their vision's impaired. Some people says it's like being hit with a jackhammer on your head. That's how bad it is. You know, so yeah, no. It's one thing to understand, hey, what's the difference between a headache and a migraine? And it's one thing to go like, you know, okay, hey, this can be what do you call it? Can affect you in a bad way. You know, this can get serious if not taken care of now. So it's like that. It's one thing like, okay, would you like to experience what it's like to have a migraine? You know, if you don't suffer migraines, you know, would you like to go through that experience? That's a learning experience. That was not a learning experience. That was more like, okay, I'm going to make you feel bad just so you can know how I feel. That's what that was. That was putting blame on the parent. I'm sorry. That's how I feel. I thought that was a bullshit move. You know, or that was an asshole move. Let's face it, that was an asshole move. Another commercial that did an asshole move was for, it was a commercial for the Gardicel vaccine. Now, Gardicel is to help prevent against the HIPPV virus, the human papillomavirus, which can go to, if not treated, can cause warts in the non-mentionable area and can often lead to cervical cancer for both women and men. Men get it too. So there's this. So basically, it's a dramatization. It's an actor portrayal of this woman and also a man. The man, you know, there's also a man version saying, you know, I have cervical cancer from a virus that could have been prevented. You know, if I had gotten the vaccine, the Gardasil thing, you know, it could have been prevented, blah, 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 you know. Did you know? And then it goes at the end, it was like, did you know, Mom? Did you know, Dad? First off, asshole move again. You're going to blame the parents seriously? This isn't like, for example, the girl read something or heard about something, went to the parents and go, Mom, Dad, can we make an appointment for the doctor so I can get the Gardasil vaccine? Now, if they said, no, you don't need it, and they ended up getting cervical cancer because of their ignorance, then yeah, you can blame them. You can put it over their heads, and you can blame them. You know, but then again, no child is going to look up like, what do I need? Okay, I need the malaria vaccine. I need the chickenpox vaccine. I need the smallpox vaccine. I need the flu shot. No kid, I have yet to hear any child of any age look up each and every vaccine that they think they need, go up to their parents, make their parents ask their doctor what they need. Ain't never gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. No, it ain't gonna happen. Unless you're like me where you have high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes, thyroidism, satiety, all these messed up kind of things, and you get a blood tested to make sure that, then that's different. But like a freaking go to your doctor, hey, I need a vaccine. What vaccine do I need? It ain't gonna happen, I swore. You know, the doctor is the only one to recommend it. So, like, for example, when I was about 13 years old, I remember having an appointment. My mom was with me, and the woman doctor had asked if I had been vaccinated for Gardasil, if I had gotten the Gardasil vaccine. And my mom goes, no, what is that? And, you know, the doctor explains it's something that helps prevent the contracting the HIPPV virus, to help prevent warts, to help prevent cervical cancer, to help prevent all this stuff, you know. My mom was like, yeah, you know, let's do it. If that's going to help my daughter, you know, be treated and prevent getting cancer of any sort, yes, let's do it. Let's go for it. And I think I had to do 3 doses until I was done with it. 2, 3 doses? One of the two. But look, because the doctor recommended it and the doctor told my mom about it, my mom was like, yes, let's do it. If the doctor doesn't tell you about it, and if that is not known at all, no one's going to know. Back in the day when my mom was growing up and my dad, there was nothing about the HPV virus. Excuse me. There was nothing about the human papillomavirus. There was nothing about gardicel. There was nothing about vaccination. There was nothing about cervical cancer and this, like that. The only thing that was around that time, because my parents grew up in the 80s, was the HIV/AIDS pandemic. That was the only thing that was known. There was nothing about, you know, other things like, you know, gardicel. There was nothing like cervical cancer. You know, there was nothing of that. You know, it wasn't a big deal back then because it either didn't exist back then or it just wasn't a priority. It wasn't a big deal. You know. And now, okay, yes, we are aware of it, yes, but I don't think making it seem like, oh, the parents are to blame when the parents don't know about it. If the parents don't know about it, then they're not going to ask about it because they don't know. Now, if a doctor recommends, hey, has your son or daughter been vaccinated by this, this, and this? Has they gotten the Gardasil vaccine? And the parent asks, what is that? Then that's different. Now, if the parents don't know my daughter or son doesn't need that, then that's wrong. Then if the child, God forbid, does get cervical cancer, then that's a problem. Then they can't blame them. But if the parent didn't know about it because the doctor didn't recommend it or because there was nothing back then saying anything about it, it's not their fault. It was just information that was not disclosed. So honestly, those commercials were asshole commercials doing asshole moves. So no. If I'm going to put blame on someone, it's because I'm going to put blame on something actually happening, not, oh, you could have prevented something that could have happened. How can you prevent something when you didn't know it was going to happen? You didn't know there was a prevention. That's called guidance. If you're not giving guidance, that's not your fault. No. What can you do?